The opening shock. Toyota has done it again. Just when everyone thought the compact SUV market had settled down, Toyota quietly walked back into the room and flipped the table. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 isn't just another yearly update. This one feels personal. It feels intentional. And, honestly, it feels like Toyota is sending a clear message to every other SUV brand out there. Catch up if you can. For years, the RAV4 has been the safe choice. The reliable choice. The SUV people bought. Because it just worked. But with the 2026 model, Toyota didn't want safe anymore. They wanted exciting. They wanted bold. They wanted people to actually talk about the RAV4 again. And the moment you see it, you know something is different. The stance is stronger. The shape feels more confident. This isn't the RAV4 that blends into traffic. This is the RAV4 that makes you look twice at a red light. Toyota engineers and designers clearly asked themselves one big question: what would happen if we treated the RAV4 like our most important vehicle? The answer is what you're seeing now. This new RAV4 doesn't just target families or commuters. It speaks to road trippers, weekend explorers, city drivers, and even people who once said, "I'll never buy an SUV." It feels modern without being complicated, premium without being overpriced, and advanced without losing Toyota's legendary reliability. What's even more interesting is how confident Toyota seems this time. There's no hesitation here. No, let's see how people react. The 2026 RAV4 arrives fully formed, like Toyota already knows this thing is going to sell like crazy. And if you think this is just about looks, think again. The real story goes much deeper, inside the cabin, under the hood, and inside the tech that powers everything. So before you decide this is just another RAV4, stay with me. Because once you understand what Toyota actually changed and why, you might realize this is the biggest RAV4 evolution we've ever seen. Why the RAV4 matters so much. To understand why the 2026 RAV4 is such a big deal, you first need to understand the role this SUV plays in Toyota's world. This isn't a side project. This isn't a niche vehicle. The RAV4 is one of Toyota's most important products globally. Year after year, it dominates sales charts. Families trust it. First-time buyers choose it. Long-term owners swear by it. In many ways, the RAV4 is the backbone of Toyota's lineup. That's why Toyota can't afford to mess this up. When competitors started catching up with flashy screens, sharper designs, and aggressive marketing, Toyota noticed. And instead of rushing out a half-baked update, they waited. They listened. They studied how people actually use their RAV4s in daily life. Drivers complained about outdated screens. Toyota fixed that. People wanted a more premium feel. Toyota responded. Fuel efficiency mattered more than ever. Toyota doubled down. The 2026 RAV4 feels like the result of years of feedback finally coming together. This SUV isn't built just for reviewers or spec sheets. It's built for school runs, long highway drives, grocery trips, camping weekends, and everything in between. And that's exactly why Toyota went all in this time. Instead of chasing trends, Toyota refined what already worked and strengthened the weak spots. That's a very Toyota move, but this time, they added a bit of attitude. The goal wasn't to reinvent the RAV4 into something unrecognizable. The goal was to make the best possible version of it. And from what we're seeing, Toyota nailed that balance. This is the kind of redesign that keeps loyal customers happy while pulling in new ones. And that's a dangerous combination for competitors. A complete design reset. The first thing you'll notice about the 2026 RAV4 is that it looks grown up, stronger, more confident. Toyota didn't soften this design, they sharpened it. The body appears wider and more planted, giving the RAV4 a stronger road presence. The lines are cleaner, but also more aggressive. This SUV doesn't apologize for being an SUV anymore. Toyota clearly borrowed inspiration from its newer models, blending modern design language with a bit of Lexus-like sophistication. The result is something familiar yet noticeably upgraded. This new design also serves a purpose beyond looks. Improved aerodynamics help reduce wind noise and improve fuel efficiency. It's beauty with brains. Even small details feel more intentional now. Panel gaps are tighter. Surfaces flow better. Nothing looks random or outdated. For drivers who always liked the RAV4 but wished it looked more premium, this redesign feels like a reward for your patience. Front-end attitude. Move closer to the front, and you'll really see Toyota's confidence. The headlights are slimmer and more precise, giving the RAV4 a focused, almost serious expression. This isn't a friendly cartoon face anymore, it's mature and assertive. The grille is larger, but better integrated. It doesn't scream for attention. Instead, it quietly tells you this SUV means business. The hood lines are sharper, adding depth and muscle. When you see it in person, the RAV4 looks taller and stronger without actually becoming bulky. Toyota struck a smart balance here. Aggressive enough to look modern, but clean enough to age well over time. Side profile and wheels. From the side, the 2026 RAV4 continues to impress. New character lines give the body more movement, even when parked. The wheel arches are more pronounced, adding to that rugged SUV feel. Toyota also introduced new wheel designs that finally look exciting. No more boring alloys. These wheels actually complement the vehicle's personality. The roofline flows smoother now, improving both style and efficiency. Small changes like this make a big difference over long drives. This side profile feels balanced, sporty without being flashy. Rear design evolution. At the back, Toyota kept things clean and modern. The taillights are slimmer and more refined, stretching wider across the rear. The bumper design feels sportier, while the badging is more subtle. Everything looks intentional and premium. This rear design helps the RAV4 stand out at night without being overdone. Stepping inside the new RAV4. The moment you open the door of the 2026 Toyota RAV4, it becomes clear that Toyota didn't treat the interior as an afterthought anymore. This cabin feels like a serious upgrade, not just in design, but in attitude. Everything looks more intentional, more refined, more premium. Older RAV4 interiors were practical, sure, but they never made you feel anything. This one does. The dashboard layout is cleaner, with fewer distractions and better flow. Toyota finally moved away from that boxy, outdated feel and replaced it with something that feels modern, without being overwhelming. Materials play a big role here. Soft-touch surfaces are used in all the right places. The plastics feel denser and better finished. Even the trim pieces look more expensive than before. It's not luxury car level, but it's close enough that you'll stop caring. What really stands out is how driver-focused the cabin feels now. Controls are exactly where you expect them to be. You don't have to search. You don't have to think. Everything just works, which is classic Toyota, but now with style. Visibility is still excellent, which RAV4 owners have always appreciated. Large windows and a smart seating position make city driving and parking stress-free. Toyota didn't sacrifice practicality for looks, and that's important. This interior feels designed for real life. Whether you're stuck in traffic, heading out on a long road trip, or just doing daily errands, the cabin feels comfortable, calm, and surprisingly upscale. For longtime RAV4 fans, this interior feels like Toyota finally saying, "You deserve better," and here it is. Digital driver experience. Toyota has finally stepped confidently into the digital age with the 2026 RAV4. Right in front of the driver sits a fully digital instrument cluster, and honestly, this was long overdue. The screen is sharp, bright, and easy to read in all lighting conditions. But more importantly, it's useful. Instead of flooding you with unnecessary graphics, Toyota focused on clarity. Speed, navigation, efficiency data, and safety alerts are displayed cleanly and logically. Customization is another big win. Drivers can choose what information matters most to them. Want fuel economy front and center? Done. Prefer navigation or driving assist visuals? Easy. It adapts to you, not the other way around. The steering wheel controls feel more responsive now, making it easier to scroll through menus without taking your eyes off the road. This might sound like a small thing, but in daily driving, it makes a huge difference. Toyota also improved how driving assistance systems communicate with the driver. Lane assist, adaptive cruise control, and safety alerts feel smoother and less intrusive. The car helps you without constantly nagging you. This digital upgrade makes the RAV4 feel current and competitive. It no longer feels behind European or Korean rivals when it comes to driver tech. For anyone who spends hours behind the wheel, this new digital setup makes every drive feel simpler, calmer, and more enjoyable. Seating comfort and passenger space. Comfort has always been a strength of the RAV4, but the 2026 model takes it a step further. Toyota clearly paid attention to long-distance comfort this time. The front seats offer better cushioning and improved lumbar support. You notice it most on longer drives, where fatigue is reduced and posture feels more natural. Even after hours on the highway, you step out feeling less tired. Seat materials feel more breathable and durable, which is perfect for both hot summers and cold mornings. Toyota didn't go for flashy designs, they went for comfort that lasts. Rear passengers benefit too. Legroom has improved slightly, but more importantly, the seating angle feels more relaxed. Adults can sit comfortably without feeling cramped, which makes this RAV4 genuinely family-friendly. Headroom remains generous, even for taller passengers. And the flat rear floor makes the middle seat more usable than before. Noise isolation has also improved. Road and wind noise are reduced, creating a quieter cabin overall. Conversations are easier, music sounds better, and long drives feel more peaceful. This is the kind of comfort that doesn't impress you in 5 minutes, but wins you over after 5 hours. Cargo space and daily practicality. 400 to 500 words. Toyota knows exactly why people buy the RAV4, and cargo space is a huge reason. Thankfully, the 2026 RAV4 doesn't mess with a good thing. The cargo area remains spacious, flat, and easy to load. The wide opening makes loading groceries, luggage, or gear effortless. Whether you're moving furniture or packing for a road trip, the RAV4 handles it without complaint. The low-load floor is especially helpful, reducing strain when lifting heavy items. Folding the rear seats creates an even larger, usable space, perfect for adventure lovers or families with busy lifestyles. Toyota also added smarter storage solutions throughout the cabin. Cup holders are better positioned. Door pockets are more useful. Small item storage feels more thoughtfully designed. This is a vehicle built for real-world use, not just showroom appeal. Everything feels practical, durable, and ready for everyday life. Infotainment that finally works. The infotainment system in older RAV4S was functional, but slow. That problem is gone. The 2026 RAV4 introduces a larger, faster touchscreen that responds instantly. No lag. No frustration. Just smooth operation. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, making phone integration effortless. You get in, connect automatically, and go. Menus are simpler and easier to navigate. Toyota clearly focused on usability rather than flashy animations. And that's a good thing. Over-the-air updates mean the system can improve over time, keeping the RAV4 feeling fresh even years down the road. This infotainment upgrade alone makes the 2026 RAV4 feel like a completely different vehicle. Smart features and connectivity. Toyota didn't stop at just screens. The 2026 RAV4 is packed with smart features designed to make daily life easier. A digital key allows you to unlock and start the car using your smartphone. Perfect for busy mornings or sharing the car with family. Voice commands actually work now. You can adjust climate controls, navigation, and media without shouting or repeating yourself. These features don't feel gimmicky, they feel useful. And that's what matters. If you want, I can continue with engines and hybrid systems, driving feel, fuel economy, Safety. Comparison. Price. Final emotional ending. Sound system and cabin quietness. One of the most underrated upgrades in the 2026 Toyota RAV4 is how quiet and refined the cabin feels. This is something you don't always notice right away, but once you do, it's hard to ignore. Toyota improved insulation throughout the vehicle, especially around the doors, floor, and windshield. As a result, road noise is noticeably reduced. On highways, the cabin feels calmer. In the city, bumps and vibrations feel softer and more controlled. This quietness makes a big difference in daily driving. Phone calls sound clearer. Conversations don't require raised voices. Long drives feel less tiring, especially for families or commuters who spend hours on the road. The upgraded sound system also plays a huge role here. Music sounds fuller, cleaner, and better balanced than before. Bass is tighter without being overwhelming, while vocals remain crisp even at higher volumes. Whether you're listening to podcasts, music, or navigation prompts, everything sounds clearer. Toyota also improved cabin acoustics, meaning sound travels more evenly throughout the interior. Rear passengers don't feel left out anymore, and front seat listeners don't feel blasted with noise. This is the kind of upgrade that doesn't show up on spec sheets, but massively improves ownership experience. Once you drive the 2026 RAV4 for a few days, you realize Toyota focused on comfort just as much as technology. The end result is a cabin that feels calmer, more mature, and better suited for long-term ownership. Reliability. It's been refined for better efficiency and smoother operation. Acceleration feels more responsive than before, especially during city engine options explained. Toyota knows not everyone wants the same thing from their SUV, which is why the 2026 RAV4 offers multiple powertrain options instead of forcing one solution on everyone. The standard gasoline engine remains a solid choice for drivers who want simplicity and reliability. It's been refined for better efficiency and smoother operation. Acceleration feels more responsive than before, especially during city driving and highway merging. Then there's the hybrid option, which continues to be one of the strongest reasons people choose the RAV4. The hybrid system delivers excellent fuel economy without sacrificing performance. Power delivery feels smooth and effortless, especially in stop-and-go traffic. For drivers who want the best of both worlds, the plug-in hybrid version offers extended electric-only driving. Short daily trips can often be completed without using any fuel at all. And when the battery runs low, it seamlessly switches to hybrid mode. Toyota's experience with hybrid technology really shows here. Everything feels polished, reliable, and well-integrated. There's no learning curve. You just drive. This variety gives buyers freedom. Whether your priority is fuel savings, simplicity, or electrification, the 2026 RAV4 has an option that fits your lifestyle, driving feel, and ride quality. Behind the wheel, the 2026 RAV4 feels familiar, but improved in all the right ways. Toyota didn't try to turn it into a sports SUV. Instead, they focused on comfort, stability, and confidence. The suspension has been retuned to better absorb bumps and rough roads. Potholes feel less harsh. Speed bumps are smoother. Even uneven roads feel more controlled. Steering feels more precise than before, especially at higher speeds. The RAV4 now feels more stable on highways and more confident during lane changes. It's not sporty, but it's predictable and comfortable, which is exactly what most buyers want. Braking also feels more refined, especially on hybrid models. Everything feels smoother and better balanced. This is a vehicle designed to make everyday driving easier and more relaxed. And that's where it shines. Fuel economy and efficiency. Fuel efficiency has always been a strong point for the RAV4, and the 2026 model pushes it even further. Gasoline models offer improved mileage thanks to better engine tuning and aerodynamics. Hybrid models continue to lead their class, delivering impressive efficiency without sacrificing comfort or power. The plug-in hybrid version allows many drivers to reduce fuel usage dramatically, especially for daily commuting. Fewer fuel stops mean more savings, and over time, those savings add up. Toyota understands that efficiency isn't just about numbers, it's about real-world benefits. And the 2026 RAV4 delivers exactly that. Safety that works quietly. Toyota has always prioritized safety, and the 2026 RAV4 is no exception. The latest version of Toyota Safety Sense comes standard, offering a wide range of driver assist features. Adaptive cruise control feels smoother and more natural. Lane assistance works gently in the background. Emergency braking reacts faster and more accurately. What's impressive is how unobtrusive these systems feel. They help without constantly interrupting the drive. This makes the RAV4 safer for both new drivers and experienced ones. Comparing old versus new RAV4. If you're coming from an older RAV4, the difference is immediately noticeable. The 2026 model feels more modern, more refined, and more complete. Better tech, better comfort, better design. This isn't a small update, it's a generational leap. Price and value proposition. Yes, prices may increase slightly, but the added value is clear. You're getting better materials, better technology, and better efficiency. Compared to competitors, the RAV4 still delivers strong value. Toyota didn't make it cheaper. They made it worth it. Final emotional verdict. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 isn't trying to impress everyone, it's trying to serve real drivers. And that's exactly why it works. It's smarter, more comfortable, more refined. Toyota didn't chase trends. They perfected a formula that already worked. And that's what makes this RAV4 special. How it feels to live with every day. One thing spec sheets never tell you is how a car feels after weeks and months of daily use. And this is where the 2026 Toyota RAV4 quietly proves how well it's been thought out. Living with this SUV feels easy. You don't wake up worried about learning complicated systems or dealing with annoying quirks. Everything feels familiar but refined. Starting the car, adjusting settings, connecting your phone, and pulling out of the driveway all feel natural. The seating position makes daily driving comfortable, especially in traffic. You sit high enough to see clearly, but not so high that the car feels bulky or intimidating. Parking in tight spaces feels manageable, even in crowded cities. Climate controls respond quickly, keeping the cabin comfortable without constant adjustments. Storage spaces actually make sense for real-life phones, bottles, bags, and random daily items all have a place. What really stands out is how stress-free the RAV4 feels. There's no drama, no constant beeping, no unnecessary complexity. It simply supports your routine instead of fighting it. Over time, this ease of use becomes its biggest strength. The 2026 RAV4 doesn't try to impress you every single day, it earns your trust quietly. Family, road trips, and long drives. For families and frequent travelers, the 2026 RAV4 feels like a dependable partner. Long road trips are where this SUV really shines. The improved ride quality keeps everyone comfortable, even after hours on the road. Kids in the back have enough space to relax. Adults don't feel cramped. The quieter cabin makes conversations easier and music more enjoyable. Cargo space proves its worth during vacations, grocery runs, and weekend getaways. You don't have to play Tetris every time you pack. Everything fits naturally. Safety features add peace of mind, especially for parents. Knowing the car is constantly monitoring surroundings without being intrusive helps drivers stay relaxed. Fuel efficiency also matters on long trips, and the RAV4's strong mileage means fewer stops and lower costs. That alone can change how often families choose to travel. This SUV doesn't just handle road trips, it encourages them. Reliability and long-term ownership. Toyota's reputation for reliability didn't happen by accident. And the 2026 RAV4 continues that legacy. This vehicle is built with long-term ownership in mind. Components feel durable. Materials feel chosen for years of use, not just showroom appeal. Even the technology feels designed to age gracefully. Hybrid systems are a strong example of Toyota's experience. These aren't experimental setups. They're refined, tested, and trusted. Owners can feel confident keeping this vehicle for many years. Maintenance costs are expected to remain reasonable, which is a major reason the RAV4 holds its value so well. Resale value has always been a strong point, and the 2026 model is likely to continue that trend. This is the kind of SUV people buy once and keep for a decade. Who should buy the 2026 RAV4? The beauty of the 2026 Toyota RAV4 is how many people it makes sense for. If you're a daily commuter, it offers comfort, efficiency, and reliability. If you're a family driver, it offers space, safety, and peace of mind. If you're environmentally conscious, the hybrid and plug-in options are excellent choices. If you're upgrading from an older RAV4, the difference will feel massive. This SUV doesn't target a single lifestyle. It adapts to many. It's not trying to be the flashiest or the fastest. It's trying to be the smartest choice. And for many buyers, that matters more than anything else. Final message to the viewer. The 2026 Toyota RAV4 is proof that evolution can be just as exciting as revolution. Toyota didn't chase trends. They didn't gamble with their best-selling SUV. They refined it, strengthened it, and modernized it in all the right places. This RAV4 feels confident. It feels mature. And it feels ready for the future. It's the kind of vehicle you don't just admire on launch day, you appreciate every single day. You own it. And that's why the 2026 RAV4 isn't just better than before. It's better where it truly counts.